Elvon Eli. The voice of the people. It is completely obvious that the CCM propaganda machine, led by Mark Brantley, who lost the last election, is trying to damage and destroy Nevis before we show him the exit. While they maintain their lavish lifestyles, the poor people are left bearing the consequences. Let this be a simple reminder. Mark Brantley is about to sell out our sovereignty. Nevis people, are we really going to let that happen? Here is a vivid reminder of why we should never trust these so-called developers. Remember Newfoundland, the company that the Honorable Vance Amory gave land to so they could call themselves developers? They didn't get enough money, they failed, and Newfoundland can't be found anywhere today. Now look at Christopher Harbor. They came in and bought up the land for nickels and dimes. Oh yes, they built a few houses, the village, and the deep water harbor. But then they sold Christopher Harbor for 10 times more than what they paid for it, and they disappeared and left us behind. Now we have Jansen out of Belgium, or this Bitcoin billionaire they call Bitcoin Jesus. They pretend they came to save Nevis, but it is just a front for the ravaging and looting of the trough. These blue pigs are draining Nevis dry. We must give them a stern reminder on election day. Vote them all out. Because a vote for CCM is a vote for the destruction of our sovereignty. The truth about the surplus and surcharges. Look at the facts they try to hide. Between them, this select group takes home well over $1 million in pure salaries every single year. Add another million on top of that for allowances and overseas travel perks. That is over $2 million being pocketed by people who are already well off, while regular people are grinding just to survive. On top of that, some of them run private businesses that pull in millions more from rigged government contracts. They own multi-million-dollar properties and watch their wealth gather interest in offshore banks. As a group, they have grown incredibly rich, while the citizens of Nevis have been pushed into poverty. Their leader actually claims that people working 2 or 3 jobs is a sign of a strong economy, rather than a clear reflection of the hard financial challenges our people face. He keeps his inner circle fat, well-fed, and entirely dependent on him, buying their loyalty with our hard-earned tax dollars. He breaks every rule and ignores every standard policy just to keep his powerful handlers happy, acting with absolutely no sense of history and not a single ounce of national pride. They have become completely disconnected from the reality on the ground, blissfully unaware of what it takes just to put food on the table and keep the lights turned on. That is why it was no surprise to see them line up like greedy, pot-bellied piggies to support the largest single increase in electricity rates in our entire history, the highest hike in all of CARICOM. Not a single one of them had the backbone to stand up, offer an alternative, or suggest a way to ease the squeeze on the public. How could they vote in total unanimity for this while campaigning under a banner that says, "People matter more"? Now, they turn around and walk among us as if nothing happened. They pretend to care, promising all sorts of gifts and handouts if you just vote them back into power. Remember this, Nevis people. What goes up must come down. Right now, CCM is on cloud 9, but the higher you go, the harder the fall. They are coming down, and we are sending them home. Not one will survive, meaning their political scheme is over. Never again. Nevis people, Nevis system. We must vow. Never again should trust Mark or CCM. The stand of 1706. Whenever they hear me speaking out, let them hear this reminder. We were never taught the truth of our resilience in school, but we know it now. I am the bloodline of those brave men of 1706 who stood their ground on this soil. I do not have guns or weapons, but I will use my voice as my weapon until I cannot do it anymore. I will stand at the front line to protect our sovereignty, because it is not for sale. If everything fails and our independence is completely stripped away, only then will I return to my roots in America or Africa. But until that day, my voice belongs to the resistance of Nevis. For those who want to call me crazy, I don't give a damn. Call me what you want, because what you think of me is none of my damn business. Therefore, I am the bloodline of the Maroon Mountaineers. I am the bloodline of the Nevis Peak Resistance of 1706. Signing out, one love. Elvon Eli.